Macedonia. Let's keep it that way.
Things can get pretty glum around here. If you ever need a little joy, go talk to that Renee kid. She's always trying to make people happy.
Hey. Am I glad I got this job?
I can't imagine being stuck down here gathering rocks for a living when there's an entire universe to explore.
You know, I believe we've got the best mining team ever assembled here. Welcome, welcome. Nice to meet you. Name's Trevor, mining director for the Deimos mining project here in scenic underground Sidonia. I could spare a minute or two to chat, so long as you're not looking for mining work, I suppose. Yep, that's me. Joined up with Deimos when I was just 17 as a mining gopher. Go for this, go for that, you know how it is. I worked hard, proved myself capable, and got the promotion to mining director about 6 years ago, after the old boss retired. Some of the older guys resent me, but I give everyone a lot of leeway as long as they meet their quotas. So that keeps them happy enough. Oh, that! Oh, nothing to worry about. We do fracking on Mars with subterranean particle detonations. Those announcements are just to let people know when to expect them. Now, you probably felt the rumble when the detonations actually go off. That's all it is. Not too bad, eh? Basically, it's high-tech mining. We use immensely powerful controlled particle detonations deep underground to loosen up subterranean gases and other difficult-to-gather resources so we can harvest them. Sounds way more dangerous than it is. Probably. Actually, it's still pretty dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. Yeah, no worries, mate. I can totally see how it'd be odd if you're not used to it. Just sit down, or be sure you're within reach of something to hold on to if the quaking makes you uneasy, and you'll be fine. Not so bad for one of the oldest mines in the settled systems. We struggle with the lack of decent equipment, but we work hard and make up for it. As I'm sure you know, we're responsible for supplying resources to Deimos Star Yards, which in turn is responsible for supplying UC naval vessels. That, among other major projects, makes us one of the United Colony's most important mining operations. The prestige and pay that comes with it almost makes up for being stationed at the arse end of the settled systems in the middle of nowhere. Argos, huh? Yeah, I've heard of them. That's great, but yeah, unfortunately all our mining contracts are filled right now. Unless, maybe you could help me out with a job, off the books. Great! I promise it's nothing that'll get anyone in any kind of trouble. See, you might have noticed that our equipment ain't exactly holding together like it used to. Problem is, we can't get new equipment unless we start exceeding our quotas, and we can't do that until we get new equipment. A real dilemma, right? I've got a plan for solving our little problem, though. Okay, glad you're still on board. First, I need someone from the outside to bolster our yields so we can prove that we can exceed our quota. I'll fill you in on the rest of the details after you've hauled up some ore. One standard quota should do. I need to know I can trust you with the easy stuff first. Of course not. I'll pay you out of my own pocket. I care about my miners, even if corporate doesn't understand our struggles down here. I'm willing to put in some sacrifices to help. That's just the kind of guy I am. If I had the credits to buy all the equipment myself, I would. But this is the next best thing. Yeah, don't you think I want to? Corporate sets the contracts and they're not giving out anymore, so we work with what we've got. Something to do with insurance, benefits, and other liabilities. So I don't make the rules. When you've got enough, drop it off in the bin over there for processing. Then come see me.
Yeah, what is it? Any clue how irresponsible you're acting right now?
Houston, the Lux condos aren't anything special, but plenty of people.
I'm under orders not to engage with non-personnel.
People, this here is the most important work in the galaxy. We mine the resources that make spaceships possible.
Layla's been going on about the heart of Mars again.
Got a problem or something? Just messing with you.
Oof. Been a long week.
I'd take a bullet for any miner on this place.
I wish there was more to do around here.
As it...
How's the saying go? Show no mercy, leave no quarter?
Can you believe people used to think the nearby mountain was a face on the surface of Mars? Ridiculous, huh?
Following is a public
Don't look
service
anything like
message
one.
to anyone residing in or visiting United Colony systems. Terramorph threat is real. If encountered, these alien predators should be avoided at all costs. Any sightings immediately United.
Whoa! What the hell are you firing at?
Iron deposit detected. Evacuation protocol.
Okay. I can see you're serious about helping me. The who's and what's it's? Sorry, mate. I've got no idea what you're on about. Sounds made up if you ask me. But then again, maybe the other miners have been inventing some jargon I'm not familiar with. Best to ask around. Great. Now, the next part is a little trickier. Our Director of Mining Operations, Peter Brennan, fired his last assistant over a month ago. Peter's the only one who can approve the order for new equipment, and unfortunately, he's useless without an assistant. I think I've got a surefire way for you to get that job. Then you, as his assistant, can get him to sign off on the approval. You don't think I've tried? Like I said, the guy is literally useless without his assistant. I don't even know if he knows how to actually use a computer. And everything Deimos does is so mired in bureaucracy because of their contracts with the UC. Which means, unfortunately, we need to do all the things by the book if we want them done at all. We just need you to take the job until we get the approval signed. Then you can quit, keep it, or do whatever. It's not as bad as it sounds. Worst case scenario, you may have to go fetch some stuff for him and go over his messages. It'll be easy, I promise. Now hold on, it's not that easy. You'll need to apply for it like anyone else. Head to the Deimos Star Yard's office up in orbit to fill out the application. It's where that job is posted. Come back and see me when you've done that, and we'll talk about how to secure the position for you.
You're jumping through a lot of hoops to get those miners the equipment that they need.
Deimos Staryard
Something you need?
acknowledges the efforts of its citizens to make our city a happy
Fine by
and
me.
productive place to work. Thank you for your daily contributions to our prosperity.
Exploration is my entire life. I consider it both a career and recreation. That being said, I will make a confession, but you have to promise to keep it between us. Before I graduated from school, I was in a band. And no, I don't mean the school band. I mean a rock band. We called ourselves Ironic Comet. A ridiculous name, I know. But we were just a bunch of teenagers getting together and having fun. And before you ask, no, I wasn't the lead singer. I actually played the drums. The band never really went anywhere, of course, but those were good times, and I remember them fondly. Certainly. I always enjoy our little chats. Talk to you later.
It's taken me a few years. But I'm finally feeling like I'm settling in here.
What's up?
MAST would like to join Sidonia in celebrating over 275 years of living on Mars. The United Colonies are proud to support the citizens of Sidonia.
Off right away, or do you need a little bit of time? Star Yard offers competitive options for private buyers. Please dock to see our sales representative.
Ready to lift off when you are, Captain.
When humanity finally left the cradle of Earth behind, the United Colonies was born. Intrepid explorers and valiant
Welcome to
colonists
Deimos.
used Deimos starships to venture into...
Deimos builds some of the toughest ships. In the settled systems. That's probably why the UC Navy continues to contract with them to this day.
This is United Colony Space. Maintain current course while we scan for contraband. And we're done. Welcome to Mars. much run the lower levels here.
Don't worry. We're gonna make sure you get that. Trust me. This is the best shot we've got at getting that request approved. Okay, now we need to ensure you get hired. Basically, we'll need to make sure you're the only choice. To do that, you'll need to get access to the HR terminal in the corporate office upstairs on the main level. If you delete the other applications from the system, you'll be a shoo-in. Believe me, if you knew Tia, you wouldn't worry. I'll be honest, she's so overworked and behind in her tasks that I don't even think she knows there are any applications. That's a good point, though. Once your application is in, I'll ping her and ask her to take a look to see if any applications came in for me. That should get her to finally take a look, see yours, and if all goes well, she'll hire you on the spot. I happen to know that the HR director, Tia, and the other women in the office tend to go to the Broken Spear for happy hour at 5 every evening. That's your window of opportunity. That's the spirit? Believe me, this is gonna help everyone. By the way, the HR password is password spelled backwards, which Tia thinks is pretty clever. She gets talkative during happy hour, and loud. Surprised everyone doesn't know her password, honestly. Anyway, should be pretty easy. Good luck.
Please keep prolonged showers
to have
and
a sense of
other
humor,
to a minimum.
or else work
Do
and
your
everything
part
else
to
is
preserve our
done.
precious resources. Thank you from the Sidonia Department of Public Works.
There's nothing like seeing also.
Did you know? Deimos makes the majority of the ships for the UC Navy. If you ask me, that's a hell of a lucrative contract.
You seem a little distracted recently.
It's the divorce. Tia, I told you about that in private. Honey, everyone. Already.
Okay, ladies. Drinks?
Don't have to ask me twice.
Yes. Yeah. Let's go and try to beat the rush.
good.
Ain't that the truth?
Don't worry, trust me. This is the best shop, and I can say that I've got some good news for you. I just saw the company message go out that you've been hired as Peter's assistant. Congratulations. Not really, and neither should you. Either those applications were old and those people have moved on, or as soon as you disappear after this, they'll get to hiring again. They won't. I'll tell you a little secret. No one really cares too much. I'm not saying anyone's bad at their job, just that everyone's too busy and overworked to care. Seriously, no worries, mate. I've been here long enough to know how they operate up there. Next step should be easy. Just go to work for Peter, and when you get access to his terminal messages, you'll see my request. All you've got to do is approve that request, and we'll be right on with it. Then, we can get that new equipment and show corporate how it's done.
Keep prolonged showers and other water use to a minimum. Do your part to preserve our massive resources. Thank you from the Cydonia Department of Public Works.